Danganronpa.
Hello, hello, my darlings. Good evening. Sorry that I'm starting so late tonight. I unfortunately had my little one was being extremely fussy. We think that she's dealing with more teething pains, so cold pacifier right now. I'm hoping that works. I'm hoping that keeps her calm and that keeps her happy, and she'll eventually go to sleep tonight. Also, she's been a little bit overstimmed throughout the day just due to still getting used to her hearing aids. So, yeah. Um, but tonight, it is all about trial number 4. Which is just a heartbreaking trial. I really... This one in particular hits me hard. Just because I already know the conclusion of it, it's just still hard hitting. I feel really bad about this one. I just... Okay, I'm just gonna... Wait. Something... Alright, I'm just taking care of some last minute stuff. Um... Sorry, I am here. I'm just taking care of some last minute things on the other side. Okay, I'm gonna jump right into it here. Oh, actually, before I jump completely into it, let me move my chat box here. Because I realized after last time that, the chat box was, like, right over top of, right over top of, the portraits in that. And I did not like that very much, so I decided to, change that a little bit. I'm hoping everything looks fine now. Yeah, it looks fine. So I'm in the pre-trial prep. I'm just gonna make sure that my skills are set properly. I have a feeling that that one's... Yeah, that... I don't know why, but, skills seem to, like, drop even though you've, like, set them before you saved, and... I don't know why. But... So, multiple suspects, murder in a locked room. If anyone was likely to survive, it was Sakura, and yet... Uno momento here. I'm sorry to do this right away here, but I'm just gonna go check on her. I'm very sorry about that. I thought that she was fine. Um, uh, Apparently she just is deciding to be really fussy and not wanting to go down for either me or my husband right now, so I'm very sorry, everybody. Uh, how about we get into this so that way I can get this hopefully done as quickly as possible, so that way I'm maybe after this, depending on how things go, I might need to end stream right after the trial is done, like after everything is said and done, and it winds up giving me the next spot to save afterwards. I think that'll be it for the night. One, due to how this trial hits, and two, because my child is very fussy right now. I tried my best to, before stream, to try and get her to go to sleep. She just wouldn't do it for me, so I'm hoping that maybe, just maybe, my husband can get her to go to bed. If not, then it might just be a trade-off after a couple of hours. But let's get into this. Let's get this done. Hopefully this is
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa! Deja vu!
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those three is the killer. But she must have some reason for believing that. We already know who did it. Yeah. Hi, Robo.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
Names three people, yeah.
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
I think I know which one I need to hit. There's gotta be some reason why Hina feels so strongly. I think I know which one I need to hit.
One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you...
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us? No, that's wrong.
Hi, it's Psychotic. Welcome in. I just started the trial, so...
You suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
What the fuck is this? This is Chapter 4's trial for Danganronpa. So, yeah. I can't disagree with Hina. That trial was crazy. You followed zero of it. There's good reasons to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? I want to say pocket trash? This game has that hot blonde-haired girl, yeah.
Three of them? There's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Come on.
Oh, come
Way
on.
none
What?
of you went.
No, I did not mean
One
to
of
do
you
that.
is lying.
I never went to see Sakura, but I don't think that's true. I mean, it's definitely lying.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that I never went to.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here. I never.
No,
That's wrong. I can. The girl is with the pigtails. The girl is lying. I can tell in her body language.
Shiro, when we were talking
Actually, yeah, two of them are lying.
paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
Still don't know how I don't understand how Hina's not fat either. With how much fucking garbage food she eats. Like, the girl literally eats donuts for like, and she loves her carbs. And it's just like, some degree I can understand because of the fact that she's like, before all of this, she was in like 6 different sporting clubs, so she was burning a lot of those calories off. So maybe between the balance of how much activity she did, along with, you know, how much she ate, it just balanced out, maybe? But what Hiro said can't be right. That Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is
I got it!
when Sakura,
I'm not sure
I
about
ought to start swimming. Yeah.
Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was, oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all! I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
More hostile.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message!
What would a shining message even be? I think that he meant to say dying
At the
message.
scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
Hiro, you shouldn't have even known about that. Because you didn't examine the crime scene.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime.
Good old, yeah.
So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Good old 11037. Huh, hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was on the magazine shelf.
Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
Hiro, no it doesn't. Oh, there's an obvious problem with what Hiro said before. I'm gonna assume it's the magazine dying message.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Something wrong with what Hiro said just now. Oh, fuck. I need to pay attention again.
Exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Yeah.
When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Okay.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
No.
I can tell you exactly when I found the when Ogre's body was discovered.
Are you kidding
I
me?
can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
When I pulled it out,
What I said makes total sense.
God damn it.
I can tell you exactly when I found the when Ogre's body was discovered.
Oh, I hate those goddamn little purple lines that come up because they're...
When Sakura's body was found,
Yeah.
that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
Hiro, just be honest, dude.
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Hero. Without a doubt. No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Oh no! I hate.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Can't hear you. Conspiracy. The end is nigh. Can't hear you. Show me the...
This should prove it.
Nope, I'm not gonna listen to your shit. I don't want to deal with that again.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
You're admitting to killing her?
Just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
Byakuya, shut your trap. Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure. Thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end
As
everything.
soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura.
Hina.
We need to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain, and until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
Yeah, the locked door? Yeah, why the magazine was hidden.
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh, Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who wouldn't like what had been written. There's only one choice.
I got it!
Coco.
It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait, but more important... That doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hero just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
This case is such a mess. Yeah, it is such a mess.
What do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hero really is the killer!
I didn't want to, but I grabbed a
Yeah, I know exactly where I need to hit.
Before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind.
And you only hit her...
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong.
Thing is that she wasn't hit just once. She was hit twice.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Huh? 2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
Yeah, you're such an asshole, but... Yeah, Kyoko does like to... It's not that she likes to examine dead bodies, it's that... Nobody knows what her ultimate is, actually. I don't think you actually know what her ultimate is until the 5th chapter, I think. I think that's when you actually find out what her ultimate is.
How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why
The
two
ultimate
separate
vampire.
bottles must have been used.
I would love it if she was the ultimate vampire. She pulls off that kind of look to some degree, but her stylized clothes, the way that they are, do lean a little bit into what her ultimate is. Mostly the jacket.
After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Yeah, because it's all chess pieces. So there's pawn, rook, bishop. I want to say that piece is the king. And the pieces missing are knight and queen, I want to say. Correlation between the Monokuma balls feel like it's starting to become clear. Connection must be the chess pieces. This one's easy. Shit. Accidentally fucking clicked one too many times.
Now I understand.
Yes, they're all chess pieces.
That's it. The chess pieces.
Like, to some degree, this game kind of treats us like we're stupid. But I understand that that's because Makoto is kind of stupid. Like, really
Inside each
dense.
bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
God. Some days I just want to smack Makoto upside the head and just go.
Bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh,
Makoto chugging dumb bitch. Yeah.
So we only had
Yeah.
evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
what does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Guys, y'all are stupid. Will you stop? Will you stop trying to derail this fucking trial?
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, in the bottle that was missing, it was broken.
The bottle must have been broken,
What makes you so sure?
because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
Wasn't just this, and the evidence that proves that is that.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment.
I mean, I understand. But Kodo is supposed to be kind of dumb, so that way we make the actual right answers for him
We compared the weight of the broken
as the
bottle
player
pieces
character,
we'd
but...
seen to one of the
Yeah.
others. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is... there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
God damn it! Orange! Why do you do this to me? Ah! Okay. I am actually going to show this on stream. Meaning that I'm going to add a new browser. I actually should have added a new browser, a new source. Let me... I'm only going to flip on this one whenever this comes up, when this redeem comes up. Just so that way, I need to actually double check what that actually is, because I need to make sure that I also throw on a timer then. For the next 5 minutes, I'm using a random voice. Meaning that, let me grab my timer up. Okay, I'm going to click on the random button, which is right here. Actually, here, how about I make this a wee bit bigger, just so that way I will turn it off once I'm done hitting the random button. So, oh, add. So I'm gonna hit the random button. For the next 5 minutes, I'm going to be using that voice. Orange, I goddamn well hate you for this. Because really in the middle of a fucking trial.
Okay. So, I don't know how this sounds. But, yeah.
Orange, I hate you.
I hate you, dude. I have no idea how this voice sounds. Currently, I've got... what voice is it? I've got the sleepyhead
Voice on. Because I hit the random button.
I hate you. Oh.
Oh.
Give me a moment here. You can still hear me? Okay, well. Hopefully you managed
to get your Twitch chat to work for you.
And I had the timer started once I hit the random button, but guys, I hate you for this.
I hate having random voices now.
This is gonna ruin this fucking stream, probably. Ugh.
Why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by Sakura's second attacker.
The bottle that was removed from the scene.
Scene.
Was used the second
Hey,
time
I
Sakura
see you. I see you in chat.
There, Orange.
Meaning that, obviously, whatever you did... whatever you did to mess around with your chat now.
It worked.
I'm hoping it worked now because that test came through, so... Anyways.
The second wound on Sakura's head hangs in the bottle.
DJ Ruggs, are you just saying drugs? Are you just saying that, really?
Given all the evidence, this is the
I
only
hate you.
possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack. So they had to get
There's a
rid of
reason I made that one a little bit more expensive.
From there,
And
we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Hiro, just shut up.
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
Huh. You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in.
I'm sure he has to admit he's wrong quite a lot. Probably. I mean, this guy... His predictions are not usually right. Your arm feels broken? What did you do to your arm? Orange! Seriously, dude! Oh,
Yeah, I've heard that the second dose is worse from when you get it. Oh.
And that is my timer. I now no longer have to do this voice.
I get to go back to my normal voice. Yeah, no, the vaccine, I've heard that the second dose actually hurt, the soreness and everything, lasts longer, and like, it lasts a bit longer than the first dose does, and, you know, because my husband was out for a day, it felt like, because he was just so sore and everything, like, he couldn't even take me just gently, like, poking around the area, like, to some degree, like, he couldn't even have me, like, touch his shoulder. So, it was just, that was how, sore he was.
But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Fuck, what?
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
Okay, Byakuya, this is about the only time that I will agree with you. You pompous fucking asshole.
So, Toko, where the heck
It's gonna be worse than last time. That's only what I've heard from some people. I mean, that's not a definite. I say just keep moving that arm and make sure that you massage the muscle there just to try and help mitigate that as much as possible. Like, try to do things as normal as possible. The only reason why it was so bad for my hubs was because of the fact that he was still on crutches and everything. Like, that was when his knee was still bothering him. His knee is a lot better, so he's no longer on crutches and that, and he's doing things a lot more normally, so... He wasn't using the full range of motion of his arms because of the fact that he was on crutches.
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
What? Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa, why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. There's definitely proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. Oh, no. What new thing? Probably been using the left mouse button during your final strike without a second thought. From now on, you're gonna have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you'll have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I have to select the right truth bullet for the goddamn bullet time back. I hate this. This trial is gonna be a nightmare. Actually, I know that the one that is like end game is going to be the worst, but oh god, this is. Ugh. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you'll have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless, just this once, okay? But by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you! Halfway through the game? More like I'm... There's only... 2 more trials after this one. So more like 2/3. It keeps logging you out? Weird.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie! That's enough! It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie! That's enough!
This should prove it.
The locker handprint. Gods, that was...
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
That's because she's got a thing for Byakuya. One side of her wants him down on his knees, the other side of her just wants to be on her knees in front of him. Yeah. She's weird.
Then you killed Sakura.
Little baby hands.
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again?
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
He's like, now, I understand that she turns around and she calls Byakuya master a lot, but God, does she ever like a dog?
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on. So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Going to mute testing something? That's no problem.
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Her, you mean?
Guess it's back!
It was your fault after all!
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights!
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible!
Huh. Hi, Alex! How are things going? Going good, actually. Gods, I hate all the bullet time battles in this goddamn case so far. I've now come across my second bullet time battle. Why do I do this to myself? Why did I do this to myself? I put it on mean. Why? And now they added a new element of having to choose the right truth bullet during the bullet time battle. Eee! How's it going for you? How's your night?
No! She's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
Just well, you're working on your final essay all night. You were working on your final essay all night, but finally done and free for the summer? Awesome. What class were you taking? If you don't mind sharing that. But that's awesome that you're now free for the rest of your summer and able to do stuff. Whether that be just relaxing and just, yeah, playing video games or getting stuff done that you were too busy with school to take care of.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, you know.
You're taking grade 10 university level English because you plan on going back to high school for a 5th year so you can get to university instead of college? Hey! That is awesome! I commend you for that. Like, it's not easy to, you know, go back through some courses in order to upgrade courses and that sometimes. I mean, I know that my father actually had to go back and actually complete what we call our dogwood out here. Basically, your certificate from graduating high school. He never got it. My father didn't actually graduate high school until he was in his 40s. Just due to the fact that some teachers just didn't like him, so he failed some classes and didn't graduate with his class. See, you mean you fail that? Yeah. But the thing is that at the time when my father was going through school, he was still able to go on to post-secondary for automotive because of the fact that they didn't have as rigorous of, like, standards that they do now. Like, even in order to get into a trades program, you have to graduate grade 12 and definitely have to have like good marks in math and English, at least for mine. I went into pre-apprenticeship year 1 and 2 for carpentry. And it was just like different standards between different time periods within the same province. So, but yeah, my father, unfortunately, when that all happened, he had gotten laid off, so he needed to go back to school in order to go and get a new job. Which now he's been with the same company for let me think here. About 8 years? Oh, I mean, any education is good to have under your belt. Yeah, any education is really good to have under your belt. Like, I feel like for me, it was a waste of money for me to be at my pre-apprenticeship course because I never actually went anywhere with carpentry. And that's just because I didn't actually like it. In all honesty, I probably would have been better if I went into the joinery course for making, like, because the joinery course was more for, like, making furniture and that. And I think that would have been my better bet. And I probably would have been still doing woodworking to this day if I went through that. But I'm happy because I met my husband actually at the trade school. So, waste of my money? A little bit. Waste of my time? No, because I did learn some valuable things while I was in the course. And I met the love of my life. So, I can't complain. You're planning on going to university for medical computers, so you'll probably be in school for quite a while. And whatever makes you happy, you should pursue. Yeah. Well, that's why I'm doing this now. Because I want to work from home. And realistically, this is more what I love to do. I like to be entertaining people. I like to try my best to be entertaining to others. And be able to play games like this just makes it even better because, hey, I get to play video games and entertain people, and it's a win-win for me. And I get to work from home, so it means that it's an even bigger win because I don't have to pay for daycare. Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. But I will admit, this is a hard thing to do. Like, you have to stay very consistent. You have to stay on schedule, which unfortunately lately I've been a little bit off schedule, partially due to just life with my kiddo going through teething and that. So some nights they don't want to go to bed because their mouth hurts. So it's been a balancing act. And the thing is that this can lead to burnout if all you're doing is that, you know, all you're thinking about is I have to be on, I have to be entertaining, I have to do this, and make sure that, you know, everything goes as smoothly as possible. Am I still gonna have scuff streams for the most part? Here and there, yeah. But it's a learning process for me. But, and that is awesome that you're wanting to go to school for medical computers. The medical field is a hard field in general. I mean, my mother is a medical transcriptionist, so she works from home. She listens to doctors' dictations and she transcribes what they say. Or edits their, whatever their speech-to-text software has put out for them. Most of the time it's editing and it's not actually straight typing, really. But it's the one way that my mother found that she could be in the medical field without being around some of the things that just don't work well for her. My mother wanted to be a nurse, actually, when she was younger, but when she was doing her candy striping, she realized that she just couldn't emotionally detach from her patients. Like, she couldn't emotionally detach from the patients that she was dealing with. And it just... she was not able to deal with that and unable to actually stop from feeling all the heartbreak of, you know, seeing some patients pass away and all that. Yeah, that's completely fair and quite common, and it would be the same for you. Yeah. And it's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't go into the medical field, because it's a really hard thing to do. It is hard on people because you have to emotionally detach from your patients to some degree in order to be able to move on and help your next patient the best you can. Yeah. So that's good. Keep talking like that and Hina's gonna...
That's that. Let's start the vote.
That's very true. Sorry if I distracted you from your trial, by the way. Oh no, I don't mind talking with chat. I love talking with chat. It's one of my favorite things to do. It helps me feel like I've got somebody there that's, you know, watching me and and also being entertained, and I'm at least able to, you know, make you feel like you're able to talk to somebody too. So, I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hero on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone. We're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
Hina, stop trying to push the boat.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
Nope, it
Tell
wasn't.
us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
Genocide Jill. Like, this side of Toko wants to murder, but also be with Byakuya, and it's just a weird dynamic. It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is.
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
Ah! I missed it! I just screamed the answer to the question only to realize it's 1:43 a.m. Oh no! Please do not wake up your family, friends, roommates, whatever your living situation is. If you are living with other people, please don't wake them up.
I was just sleeping peacefully.
I had the right answer.
Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by
Think you're
surprise
good?
when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
Always messages you to tell you to shut up.
Good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
No, that's wrong. We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair.
It's,
If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
that has to be it. The evidence that proves that there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf was bloodstain?
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
It's because I saw it for myself.
Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? There's another possible explanation. Maybe it. This has got to be one of the weirdest trials. It is definitely one of the weirder trials.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
No.
No, that's wrong.
Hina, you just don't want to admit it.
Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
Oh, lordy.
I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
Byakuya, you pompous ass. Yes, it is poison, but
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible.
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
he's spitting facts, she's spitting blood. Oh my god. That is hilarious. Oh god, Jill, just shut up.
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B,
B,
and C.
C.
In section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Just showed us. I'm sure I knew where he got it. He got it from
I got it!
Section A.
The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? You just said that Section A was for supplements.
Hina real quiet right now. Yeah.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and we were so shocked at what we were seeing. All we could do is stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. Touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder. To mean that, conversely, the poison must have been in... Could it be? Oh, Hangman's Gambit. Come on, give me an R. Give me... Where's T? E, give me an R. I. Give me an N. Oh, come on, game. Give me a fucking N. Probably the easiest hangman's, yeah, the hangman there is, to be honest, yeah.
The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Protein drink.
You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And
No.
I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
Footprints in the powder.
Got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the
Shoot,
murder.
time. Is it confusing
I
yet?
doubt that they're connected.
They keep going in circles. It can get very confusing if you are not paying attention, and
What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints
not
behind.
as confusing when you played it before. Yeah, I watched somebody play this like years ago.
Figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem.
How many murderers are you up to at this point? Currently I'm on Class 4's trial, so there's now 10 dead bodies. No, not 10. 9. 9 dead bodies. Sorry, preemptive.
All we have to do is
I know that there's somebody else that...
then we'll
I
see
mean,
who-
for this trial. I mean, we already ruled out Hero, we ruled out Toko.
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
But yeah, there was Hero, Toko, now Hina.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then, Ogre's killer was...
Third one at this point, yeah.
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Nope,
Just
you did
as
not.
I suspected.
Hina would not have killed Sakura.
Footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Me and Hina.
Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
These footprints must be. Makoto, are they yours? No. Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Makoto and Leon did them through. Yeah, I think Leon actually... Did Leon wear sneakers?
Plus, Hina's been acting...
No, it's been so long since I've seen Leon that I don't remember if he wore sneakers or not.
You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't
Ah.
you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... The two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all... I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true?
Yeah, this trial goes round and round and round. I'm just hoping I don't have another bullet time battle.
Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind.
Ryakuya, shut up.
Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well,
You can't explain
doesn't
it.
matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
I mean, yes, Hina, it is a class trial.
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that...
Yeah, worst
everything I did got
explanation.
found out. And that's it.
The thing is that though there are no footprints leading from C to A.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
If that's true, isn't that a little strange? Oh, yes, yes it is.
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until they uncover the full truth of this case. I already know exactly what this one is.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And
No,
that's where
ow! Fuck, I missed it.
once I was
He
done
claims to be
with
smart, but he doesn't seem to see you. Yeah.
put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
Here there's something strange here. What Hina just told us definitely contradicts something I already know.
First I went
Yeah.
to section C. That's when I got the... And you spilled some of the... Yeah. Okay, and then I moved from section C.
Wrong. It's the footprints in the powder.
You said you went to get the poison from section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Ah, it's this
Yeah?
word is meant is kind of tapping. Ugh.
And after that, you said you moved from section C to section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from section C to section A. That contradicts what you just said.
What? Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to section A. So you never went to section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved section A.
Well... You see...
What the? What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Oh!
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Huh? A piece of glass?
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then. Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Shard of light blue glass Kyoko found in the bottle of poison. Rec room window.
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Should have been when I broke the rec room window. Should have been on the second A of the shelf.
the bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely...
In all honesty, the moment it was a locked room, and there was no way of somebody secretly getting in or out of that room, it was really obvious as to what happened.
It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there.
It is, that's why I decided, yeah. This is definitely going to be one of the more emotionally draining ones for me. This trial in particular is the hardest on me because I already know the answer to it. And it breaks my heart because I have, this trial is just not easy for me.
That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there before the rec room was unlocked!
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, okay, I'd be flustered now, yeah.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course! It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Oh, Byakuya is learning to actually use his words nicely.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
One who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. Had to have been Sakura.
I think it was
Sadness,
Sakura.
now he's polite? Yeah.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
Well, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. I have to get Kino to admit that. Oh, no, I hate this. I hate these stupid bullet time battles.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! I'm telling you, I did it! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it.
The yellow powder.
Did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina.
But Sakura.
And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing. Which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
One that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery of the locker room. Only one way to explain it.
Here's my answer.
This is the worst part of the trial.
Sakura
Yeah.
was Sakura herself.
God, this is still hard. I think after this trial, just due to how emotionally taxing this one is, just because for myself, I know that this is one of my own triggers, even though, and it does cause me to have a bit of a emotional, I get very sapped of all energy after dealing with it. I might call it after the trial, just because of the fact that I might need to take some time to decompress. Either that, or maybe after the trial, I might just swap to some Sims 4 just to have something fun and just chill and cheery. Sorry, this is still hard on me, even though it's been years.
The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly!
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because of course, Sakura wanted to create the locked room.
The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
No matter how long ago or how many times you do it, it really doesn't lose its meaning and hits the same way every time. Yeah, true. Things like this just as I've been told by other people, it's kind of like, especially when it comes to grief and that, it's kind of like having a box with a button in it, and there's a ball in that box. Now, when it first happens, that ball is huge and it's pressing on that button all the time. But as time passes, that ball gets smaller, but it still randomly hits that button at points. And some things just make that ball just a bit bigger, that winds up causing it to hit it more likely. And there are things where, you know, the time just passes and the ball gets so small that it doesn't hit it as often. So I was explained this by somebody else, because I did actually go through grief counseling and everything to partially deal with this, because it was a hard thing to go through. So that's the way that I was explained how it can feel at points, and that's how I explain it to others, because sometimes that analogy works for some people to picture. So, but oh god, this trial is just hard.
Could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. You know, left the rec room pretty fast.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room,
Got everyone. Yeah.
everyone else was focused on Sakura.
From here on out, I didn't
Quietly placed the
look
can
at
on the ground.
Hina the same. Yeah, it was...
Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation.
Yeah, it did taint her previous character, because... it was... I never really thought that Hina could be deceitful and wind up actually trying to throw a trial. Like, intentionally throw a trial. It was understandable to some degree why, but it still made me look at Hina in a different light. But this trial made me look at Hina in a different light of... she was ready to throw everybody under the bus because of the fact that they pushed Sakura to suicide.
That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
This one? Oh, I did.
killer is...
I think I got that right. I think I did. I may have gotten the locker ones
Sakura asked a number
backwards.
of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically,
Looks good to you?
were
Yeah.
Hiro, Toko,
I think the
and
only
Maki.
ones that I may have potentially gotten backwards were the 2 locker ones for Toko. Potentially, but I don't think I did.
But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toka. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
No, I got the locker ones backwards. So it was actually... It's this one here I need to grab. So that one goes there, and this one goes here.
Here's exactly
Yeah, that's what I thought. I got the locker ones backwards.
But one of them
But
headed
that's
out
all right.
a bit earlier than the others. Toka. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Yeah, they're so damn similar, yeah.
She found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toka. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened, knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort? Was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized?
Byakuya, you fucking asshole. You haven't figured it out.
We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Like, don't dismiss other people's feelings. Hi, Nyan! How are you? Sorry, taking just a small moment here. I got an A. Lurking. That's alright. This trial still is hard.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Monokuma. Oh, I hate you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. And who killed Sakura? The Sakura herself. Can't even lift the arm. Ouch, that sucks, Orange.
My entire
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. There's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? The truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us. And yet why did you do that?
Don't be mean.
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her, so that's why.
Should have been the one to die.
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you were gonna take all of us with you? We have to atone for her sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. Am I serious, Beth?
What is this?
You still don't understand? Then let me explain. You realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? That's one way to set yourself up to be murdered next, yeah. Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. But that's... I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. And now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness.
You tried to protect me, but because of me, my closest friend got hurt. Sakura, because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Hi, NC! I'm just finishing up chapter 4, and then I think we're gonna swap to some Sims, because... God, this trial hurts. I've been fine. After this trial, a little emotionally drained. Mostly because of the fact that this one, you've been gaming a lot. That's awesome. Finding some new games to play. Fun stuff. Nah, this trial just hit me hard. You've been playing Payday 2. Oh, that game is fun. Even though I suck at it, I used to play it with my friends so much because we would just we would try and go in sneaky for some missions, like the ones that, you know, being sneaky was optional. We would try and be sneaky. Keyword there, try. Didn't always work out that way though. 9 times out of 10, we wound up with it just turning into, guns blazing. Yeah, I can flip real quick. But most of the time, it was just due to the fact that, you know, I was the one that usually triggered it a lot of the times. Some of my friends also triggered it at points, but oh god, usually it was my fault. But you and him do loud missions a lot. Yeah, loud missions are my jam, usually because I can go in there guns blazing and I don't have to worry. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. You see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk to them. Talk about what? Listen. Don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you. Please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
Friends.
Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. You just talked to her. You would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... You trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding. Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you all act like that? And that's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hands. That's how far you'd pushed her.
Huh?
Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Wait right here, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw powder. And that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shell. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura? Let me in, please. Open the door.
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. I didn't even realize it. You know, we killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner, and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt you right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think that you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Insensitive, horrible, yeah. Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking, because her and me...
In other words,
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already...
Bad.
Oh, I wrote that one. It's all me, baby.
It's
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina. Put it in her room. What? Then you lied to me?
unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd lighten things up a bit. I can't help it if you took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay, and scene cut.
And
So then what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
And isn't it just unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, jeez. Talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of the dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. Because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving the Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off. Wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the stake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than
I
anything,
cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura,
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
oh, it's because of that I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. The decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic. Or just moronic?
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on
So
me.
this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The Mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. To fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered? She didn't die hating us? She wanted to stop us from fighting to protect us? She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong, too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that. It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. Sakura doesn't get the respect she deserves. Oh, yeah, I know she doesn't. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. Hi, it's the Immortal. Yeah, I know. Can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But
This is... I don't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still.
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other. Like you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one. She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Thank you for that routine, Jan. I really should consume liquid. Grammar that is complete, because I did complete that earlier. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone. First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste. Because she made us remember, we're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred. I don't blame her. I can't blame her. Nobody can blame Hina either. What? Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered. Because the one we need to destroy is you. Nobody else.
What do you want?
What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? The killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that. Ah, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game, which is why I'm bowing out of the game. Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it. Oh, what's going on here? Now I have only one thing to look forward to.
Clear now.
And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. But Byakuya, does this mean? Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism. Sentimentalism. Yeah, that's how that's said, I think. Bleh. English, I hate it some days. If that's what you're thinking. Wherever Master goes, I go. And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone? Okay, I did say it right? Okay. Well, now you can say that Sakura's death had no meaning. How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time. The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber. Get back on track. Moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time! Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna... Is it me? Oh, heavens no. Just because the black one is dead doesn't mean I can just summon whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you I'm very particular about the bear times one rule? But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment. It'd be a shame to let it go to waste. So for my special punishment, I've prepared a special guest. A special guest? You suck, man. You turned him into a mango tonga jelly. Whoa, that really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. Don't worry, we moved Alter Ego to the mainframe a long time ago. After all, they say for post-workout grub, it's where it's at. I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, boiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence, the grilled is where it's at. I realize how dangerous it could be, but still I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. I might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul. I disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. Bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you? That was my friend. How dare you kill him? You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the hell up. He wasn't just a laptop. He was my friend. And you killed him. Is this what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things? Like laptops? You can call it whatever you want. Yes, it got in my way. I was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So you finally noticed him. No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop. I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all gonna play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge? Well, I mean, the dad on the laptop, it was. I guess you could call it a gift from me. Or maybe more like a reward. In honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult. So of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal. So I had to do a little, you know, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I'm because ours, everyone else. But we can all get out of here. Diego wanted to fight for us, want to help at the risk of his own life, and for that he was killed. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel a billion times better. Experiencing meaningless death is so soothing. Makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this. Holy moly, you're super mad. Like, unreasonably upset.
Well?
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a little bit more left of Sakura's note. Huh? Do I have your attention? Okay, then here we go. Prepare your ears to the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina, there's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. The word and I would have... And we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory. I hate you. I hate you, Monokuma. I am glaring at you at on my... Like, y'all can't see me glaring at this bear, but I'm glaring at this bear.
Too bad.
Okay, I wasn't surprised, so book club is dismissed for today. You can't just stop at the most important bit. Makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? Makes you so mad you don't even freaking know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid. It's to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note, like I never let any of you greaseballs have it. But
Too bad.
sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this? What is it now?
What?
There's one last line of note. Let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not gonna lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what, and that's seriously it. Oh, wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? Don't lay down and die, she'll fight you. Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know? And then maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of this school. Mastermind did something to us. Yoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
You...
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? Mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the Mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? If we try to leave, but a sensor goes off and the bomb explodes? Okay, we are not in Suicide Squad! Holy crap! Seeing stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel lost just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge stuff like that.
Yo.
So the glass trial is over and Monica is gone.
But
So now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back up?
um.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's get out of here. But I am... Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up. Seriously? I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then, I'll try. Huh? That wasn't... That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag?
No, 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 no!
I cannot suffer the existence of someone who disturbed the romance between me and Master.
Huh?
What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right. I called you a sleazeball, because you are. Sleazeball.
I see.
Apparently you still have a death wish.
Ah.
Oh, more biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No, 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 no!
Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want the abuse. Give and take. Me. I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. Oh god. And so Sakura's class trap came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. The story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up on us.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such deep sleep, but the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I hear a voice. What? Wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me from deep slumber into hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead.
Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door... It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious? Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it? 3 o'clock in the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m.? Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? It's so late. What happened?
Kodo.
I have a favor I need to ask. It's your favor.
So,
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not going to lie down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered, the data center on the 4th floor.
goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Then another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center? I thought it was locked. Okay. Thank you for that follow. Sorry, your Wi-Fi died, mobile data gang? Oh no. That sucks that your Wi-Fi died. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm actually going to save my game where it is currently. I'm going to get up briefly here, just because I need to get up. I will be right back. So don't go too far. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Actually, I'm gonna swap to my intermission screen here for this. So since I'm at a point where it's a little bit easier for me to kind of cut this game off for the night, just because this game has actually kind of drained me emotionally through this last trial. Am I feeling all right? Well, I just needed to get up to go stretch my legs, you know, use the facilities, go get more water, that kind of stuff. But this chapter 4 definitely definitely left me a little bit emotionally drained, just due to the fact that suicide is something that I have dealt with. It is something that has been something I worked through with a grief counselor and also worked through in therapy for. It is one of my own triggers. I know that. I knowingly knew this game had that in it. And it's just it's a little draining for me. So I think that since I've now saved my game, I'm gonna I'm actually going to make sure I actually saved it. Yes, I did. Okay, so I'm going to return to my menu. And I think actually for this portion of the stream, this game is done. I think in order to unwind and relax a bit, I'm actually going to pull up I'm gonna pull up. If you need anything, we are all here for you. Yeah. Oh, geez, Uber. I just realized that I'm assuming that's an alt of yours. But that I'm gonna pull up Sims 4, and we're gonna do some silly stuff in Sims 4. Yeah, your mobile account? Okay. Too lazy to change your password since you forgot it. Oh. Okay, my thing should be updated now. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna pull that up, and I'm gonna hide that now. So, let's resume playing. I think that this is a good game to decompress with. I want to leave my chat box visible. I just want to... Okay, so you're hungry. Ah, cooking, and you're flirty. Ah, I love the fact that they are so cute together. So, Uber, I don't know if you were around for when I wound up with, getting this lovely man. God, Caleb is just so cute looking.
New play. Tribna.
Yay, they're feeling close. They love how this place is decorated. Very happy. Okay, so she needs to take care of her energy levels next. Vicky Pooh, why did you not clean up after yourself? Seriously? Ah. Uh. Socialize, write letter to Riverview. Let's see. Yeah, we want to give this to Caleb. And... okay, let's check on Caleb. Oh. He's just fine. Hmm. I wonder if he would do better if I wound up getting him a career or something. Maybe. Let's see if there's... Self-employed. Let's see, he is a foodie. He is ambitious. He is materialistic, which means that when they haven't purchased a new item for a period of time, they get a little bit moody. How about we browse Flopsy and... Um... Oh, let's describe the creation. What kind of children's book should we be writing? What is the name of the book? Never eat your pet turtle and other advice for kindergarten. How would you describe this book? This is a children's book. Sure, let's leave it at that for now. Let's have you just read something. Oh. Oh, not you. Read something. To plant, water, weed, and harvest. Okay. Hey. Okay, so we need to find him a job. She's going to work in about 2 hours. Let's finish up some knitting projects in between here. But for him... Okay. Fine. Let's find you a job. Okay. So... what kind of job should Caleb have? I mean, culinary seems kind of obvious with the fact that he's a foodie. I think that would be about the best one for him. The thing is that it's 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'd have to find, well, no, I don't have to find nighttime hours because of the fact that, because of the fact that actually he very much, he's got an ability under the vampire tree to actually, What was it again? That basically he's a day walker. Easiest way to describe it is he's a day walker. You know what? Let's put him into the culinary. Oh, just left garbage on the floor. Okay, well, uh, yeah, she's gonna go to work. She needs to play video games at some point. That does not surprise me. I guess you're gonna be playing video games afterwards. Okay, I need to have him, like, buy something. Uh, I think this is gonna be the one thing that is gonna be a pain in the ass skill. Mm, I having this. So he starts work in 23 hours. Okay. Yeah, instead of actually culinary, I'm going to put him into the business because of the fact that that seems to be a little bit better for a materialistic one. Um, She'll also be hungry when she gets home, so... No, she shouldn't miss work. Yay! Yay, and he's reached level 3! Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to balance this, this moodlet. Let's look at the hobbies and skills. Kind of like this. But at least now I'm working on him now, which, I mean, so my sim was fairly easy to balance. She's easy to deal with. Oh no. But yeah, no, let's get you to drink some plasma here, buddy. I want you to make at least 2 more friends. Oh, stop that.
Maybe?
Pleva's apple.
Grasha. Champafona fish.
Varod Nila. Yanabi Varod? Fani.
Umbraza? Huh? Yibs.
Bobanef?
Grenobla.
Ooh, Kidepta.
Oh. Four.
Flarzen. What's that? Nador. Abrabroop.
Ooh.
A pleva. Onea Faza. Voice.
Ah.
Wandisa. Panarse.
Oh.
Waxendor. Yasamba Pony.
Hey.
Or Prita Flimabor? Huh?
Buena Fuin. Quink. Honka. Yibs. Frigda.
Vitor. Dobie.
Quam se bo.
Moosh. Ubate.
Aha.
Stevie.
Nar. Vadish. Oh.
Yadabu.
Mopsy.
Yadabu.
Four.
Shroby. Short.
Oh, Cardool. Arfine, you lux, Tezo. Oh, Kapuda? Granau Sherpa? Sashibo! Esenoi, Hargreep! Samay! Nar, Vadish. Oh, Vadish. We's in a row. Oh, Gosha! Yumamush. Ogunchima. Wibis Yef. Waksa. Ospa?
Groba?
Akrebasu? Oh, Maday. Shanabe. Pelpakisoy. Halesha Weeby. Fues. Oh, Moosh Pepso. Shibes. Frida. Pleasy. Sparf Ursh. Orgi Tech of Waynes. 4Bs. Sochim. Sarduno. Sargi Izulpa. Flubagorg Frieza. Benoi. Nostaish. Chima Vimpa, huh? Imka Floof? Rena. Ah, Imboy Pwibs. Mikos?
Step to veg.
And a boy. Weshna Schwibs. Ooh. Favu Colora? Ooh. G? Gorbet. Yes. Soy Briff. Tree McNoosh. Umbraza? Huh? Yes. Imka Floof? Rena. Linkto Trebane. Plato. Fliff Crude. Linz. Piff Dravoy. Snares. A Boo. A Freezok. Crin. Plus Wangle. Stoon. Freezok Mobsy. Ha. Bolito. Ho ho. Oh. No. Oh. We's in a row. Oh, Gosha. Droba. Sika Niba. Four.
Vadish.
Imka Floof? Arvini. Rena. Yarba. Yip. Zagu. Hogan.
Zonts.
Gibbs.
Flinaborf. Sikla Yama.
Gibbs.
Shiba Navy. Gibbs.
Glaby Tube. Fuinta.
Gala.
Frida. Yanobor. Larkim. Benar. Pumba.
Nobo.
Bemu. Oh. Yafakorb. Frida. What? Corto. Say. We's in a row. Vemoy. Oh, Gosha. Oh, Darzool. Yumamush. Ogunchima. Wibis Yef. Waksa. Watso? Yibs. Yif. Zagu. Bolito. Ho ho.
Lanark.
teacher, Jupe. Balgroga. Kroki Hartug. Kun Niba. Zarfweb. Inga Chej. Brina Joza. Sochim. Sargi Izulpa. Shreve Clave. Larkham?
And take a shower at some point. I need to buy a bigger... From a privacy violation? What? Dude, what is your relationship like with her? Lovebirds. Oh, come. Oh. Ah. He's got work at 9 a.m. and she's got work at 10 a.m. Okay. Really? I need to get to Tech Guru in order to... Okay.
Lela! Oh!
Yeah. Oh, this is just what I needed after. You know, it's that way I won't have them being embarrassed about seeing each other nude. Like, come on, you two.
Oh, kills the LeMay. Mwah.
Dag dag.
Yumamoosh. Ogunshima. Wibisyef. Waksa. Oh. Mwah.
Ah. Foo, Spnorf.
Oh. Mobsy. Whatso? Yibs, yibs, yibs. Yip, yip, zagu.
Hey na wa yui.
Ooh, can I finally move this on to the next level?
Luigi! Slap! Espina.
Shish, Shubi. Washinoiba. Kunze. Huh? Lara. Huh, Dunda. Hebini. Kinzusta. Koinji. Derbatreul. Elza Nibsadu. Imprevin.
Come on, you two.
Malabai. Bisa. Demo. Zoya Malaba.
Scripto Narch. In a man. Tricksto.
Nibia.
Tibu. Schmizo. Cool. Shani.
Lara. Huh, Dunda.
Ha! Zeus!
Wadistabe. Genabo. Rebna. Kalibna.
heck?
Bonza.
Ah, Hina?
Ooh.
Imka Floof?
Uh-huh.
Rena! Kim Beanie! Kim Musta! Nipsa! Fonty! Huh?
Args.
In a bread? Sorbet! Bavo! Wanna choose? Zorbo! Of Ween Day! Safine! Kim Beanie! Kim Musta! Wadista Bay! Kenabo!
Mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, fe, so, fa, mi, do. La. Uh-huh. To Regna?
Fuma, yes. Extinta.
Yay! Going to eat and go to bed.
Slora.
Ooh, Saru.
Uh-huh. Dag, dag.
Oh, lordy.
Aha. Sabalo, none sit unchief.
Okay. Woohoo! Um. Go to work, dude. Stop doing what you're doing right now. Go to work. Okay. I think now that I've decompressed for a little bit, it is about almost 1:30 in the morning. There's really nobody that I know of that I feel comfortable raiding tonight after everything, so I'm starting to only like be playing this game for a little bit, but I am gonna be calling it a night here. I love playing this game. I love but yeah. I'm gonna be calling it a night. So good night to everybody. Thank you for sticking around even after I finish the trial. Tomorrow night will be my chill game night. So we'll see what tomorrow will bring. Tomorrow is kind of my fluctuating day as to what kind of games I play. Sometimes I play like really chill, just Sims or RPG game like Disgaea, or there's sometimes where I've been working on art. So depending on what I feel like tomorrow depends on what's gonna go up. But I shall see all of you tomorrow night. Bye bye.